You're listening to Confessions of a Counselor podcast. Here we will talk all things mental wellness.
Hi everyone, it's Janice here, and welcome back to Confessions of a Counselor. Today I thought that we would talk about lifestyle design. So this is something that I've been talking about since I started my therapy practice, and something that really helped me to integrate the things that I was learning in my own therapy and integrating it into a life that feels comfortable for me. So this is something that I then bring to my clients because it's been so meaningful in my own process. So looking at how we set up our lives can really start to help us understand where we might be lacking or where we might be overcompensating that's actually promoting us staying outside of our window of tolerance. So the really important thing to remember when we're talking about lifestyle design is that there's no one right answer. So we need to consider all of the things that make us who we are and the things that are important to us, and bring those all together in order to create a lifestyle that works for us. So someone who is highly introverted, has a couple of friends, likes to spend time at home, would prefer to do a puzzle and watch TV than go out, is going to have a very different lifestyle design than, say, someone who is very extroverted, has a ton of friends, perhaps is single and in the dating field, right? Like there's so many different factors that make up our life that are going to tweak and change what lifestyle is going to work for us. So this is not a one size fits all. This is not a check the boxes and you'll have the perfect life situation. This is going through and combing through and figuring out what feels good and what doesn't. So I've had clients in the past who thought that they were introverted and wanted to stay at home, and by combing through this process actually realized I love hanging out with people. I'm just a little bit shy. And it takes me a little bit to get prepared to go out, but I'm actually super fueled by being around people and now consider themselves extroverted, right? Like there's so much to this process of what feels good, right? Where am I, if we come back to our joys and drains list, where am I getting fuel from, and what is draining me? And looking at these things in a way to say, how can I set my life up so that I can do better, right? So one of the things, if I give a personal example, is that I need a lot of downtime, right? So I find a lot of energy from time to myself. And so as a young mom, that is few and far between. So one of the requests of my husband is that once a week, at least once a week, there's time where I can be in the house by myself and just not have an agenda, not have something that I need to do. And that is really important to my lifestyle design, right? That's a really important piece of how I set up my life that allows me to feel refueled. And so I can give all kinds of examples. We can talk about my lifestyle design. I can talk about clients' lifestyle designs. But the key here is finding the pieces, finding the things that you're doing, that you're not doing, the boundaries that you're setting, the self-care routine that you have, and finding ways to integrate all of these into a way that feels comfortable for you, so that if things start to shift or we come to a very stressful period in our lives, or we're just going through the bumps and bruises of day-to-day life, that we're able to kind of come back to this core piece of evidence that allows us to say, okay, this will keep me at least maintaining my window, if not it's allowing me to kind of come back into my window more easily than if I didn't have this. So lifestyle design really is about what is my baseline and how can I create a life that feels most comfortable to me, and what elements do I need in order to have that.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Confessions of a Counselor podcast is available anywhere you like to listen to your podcast, both on Apple and Android. New episodes will be released every Friday. If you enjoyed this podcast, please feel free to join the conversation. Leave a review or subscribe to the podcast hosted on the Anchor app. All these details can be found at janicelyons.com. Until next time, take care.